Hi guys and welcome to another Train Sim 2024 video. This is a big one, we've all been expecting it. It is of course the Amstrong Powerhouse Class 43 HST Valenta Enhancement Pack. This has been a pack I've been looking forward to for ever. Really, I love the old one and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is version 2 of it, I suppose. Version 2? Actually, with the sound pack, the EP, and now the second EP. So yeah, EP V2. But it's like the third instance of it as we've had. One of the things that always rings around my brain with Valentas is this is the sound of what the East Coast mainline sounded like when I was a kid. So it was kind of my sound of trains in childhood. 365s, HSTs, 91s, 317s, you name it. The Valenta was a massive part of that. Bombing up and down the East Coast mainline, da-da-da-da. Right, without me waffling on too much, because let's get down to business with this, because I am really buzzing. There's some really cool things about this. I haven't looked at the manual. I've had no real previews, anything more than you guys have had. I do have it now. It's not quite released, but basically by the time this video's up, it will be released. Be releasing on the same day. I'm also streaming, live streaming this at 7 o'clock from 7 PM on the 8th of the 5th. So on release day as well. It will be released pretty much this evening. So it's not like you've got this is coming out the day before or anything like that. All being well, I should say that as well. Right, let's get started. We'll do the usual with this. We're not here to worry about the scenario too much, even though the scenario is going to be fantastic. If I'm not on time and all that jazz, that's not really an issue. We'll get driving. We'll go through the manual. If we can play about some features, we'll play about some features. I'll talk you through the liveries, that sort of jazz. Again, it is a really big manual, so I'm not going to go through all of it. The manual is already, well, I use the word leaked very, very loosely. It's available on the ATS page. Somebody's already posted it, and I'm sure some of the other places it will be. But yeah, the ATS Facebook group's got a link up for it already on there. The trailer has just gone up. I've not watched it because I want to hear it all for myself. Right, I said I wasn't going to waffle on too much, but I have, so let's not, and let's get started. Liking the cab already. But we'll come on to the cab. We will come on to the cab. Right, what's me blurb? Hello driver, first things first, release the doors and move to the rear power car to start it up. Once started, turn the electric train supply off and then on again to make sure the rear power car is supplying for the journey northwards. You're booked off here at 15:30 and scheduled to arrive at Peterborough at 16:15. Keep an eye out for hot water temperatures, water temperature trip with temperatures breaking 30 degrees C. Even the best maintained power cars can begin to struggle, especially with 9 coaches on. If we've got a dog of a cooler group filled with pollen and all kinds of crud. This is going to be good. Well, good luck. Finally remember to register the NRN radio. You're in area 023. Get the cab door open and enjoy the sound of the Valenta on a hot day. We will definitely be doing a bit of that. Right, so let's go to the rear power car first. Let's get that started. I don't think we need to do anything like different with this. No, we've got brake and everything like that. Okay, let's go. Should have probably kept that pressed until the engine stoplight went out. I may just add. Right, and then we need to turn train supply off. Claggy, claggy. Oh, look at that. We'll look at that more, but oh, that's nice. Right, okay. Take that off. Take the master key out. Switch back to our front cab. Let's get our doors open. We've got the green, so we don't need our DRA. Let's get you into neutral. DRA can come off. Got the TPWS panel down there. That was nice seeing that light up there. Pleased to see that. Let's get our headlights on, and I think these are going to be, are these markers? No, that's cab lights and something else there. Oh, NRN. I like that. Oh, is this a slightly more standing up view? What's that? No. There we go. I can't quite read what that one is. We can't do anything with it anyway. Tail lights can come off. Markers can come on. Handbrake is off. We've got everything we need. Let's have a little look outside. Well, I've got it. Oh, nice to see the 67 sitting over there as well. Another key feature of King's Cross back in the day. 47s, then it was 67s. I don't know what it is now, to be honest. Loving the rounded headlight lens covers. They're really nicely done. What the face was doing over there. They are really nicely done. Yes. We've got a Mark III's. Really liking the GNER sort of. I think that's had a little tweak for other packs, if I'm not mistaken. Seems to be a little bit of an extra shine on this. That's not too shiny, but nice. Random opening doors, which is nice. We like the effect of a random opening door. So a bit like the 755 and stuff, and the other AP products that do it, like where not all the doors open and close at the same time. It just adds to the immersion. Especially if you like sort of the station atmosphere. Very tidy. And then, of course, with the Perspex light covers with the chrome surround. I think it's actually probably like one of the worst. It's like one of the worst looking in a way, but it's one of my personal favourites. I don't think it's aesthetically that good looking, but it does look good. In a sort of strange way, because there's nothing else that's like really chrome. There's no other surrounds that are that sort of chrome. So it was always an odd choice for me, but I do like it. What else have we got in? We've got another one with it here, leading. That's nice. Leeds International Film Festival. What are we? Old Course Andrews. I'll take that. And then we have Reverend R.W. Audrey, Thomas the Tank Fame on the 91, and County of Durham. What was the number of that one? Was that 05? And then, of course, we've got a early FCC 365 sitting there. Nice to see that one with the branding put over it, like the in-betweeny ones. Do really miss the 365s on the East Coast Mainline. Massively miss them. So route-wise, we are covering. This is on the East Coast Mainline South, so it is a dated route. There is no doubt about it that it is a dated route these days. But like in regards, buzzer. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. And you can't ever really do a decent pull away from King's Cross anyway. It's got the illumination of the gauge. It's a little bit blurry from my FOV, but I mean, from where you probably should have yours, it's fine. want to read through, see if we've got some lights in there as well. There's some new additions on here, and there's some definite... So, let's talk about the cab. So, from what I understand, the cab is a refurb of the Cougar HST cab. And it's been done really well. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie. It's done really, really well. Spent some more time in it. I'll give you more about it. One of the other things you can do with this, though, is... And... now shows up on the exterior. Hear that cooler group going. Right, let's start having a flick through the manual, and then when we're out of London, we can do some more passing shots and all that up through Huntingdon and before Peterborough. Well, we've got 125 all the way up there. Shouldn't really have to touch the throttle for a bit. Depending on how the acceleration is. The physics feel amazing. It feels sluggish because it's 9 on with this. And of course the grading coming out of here is steep. Loving that ADBS belt as well, that's really nice. It's a new one. Glorious, glorious. Right, liveries. BR Intercity 125. So this is launch livery with the yellow and blue. Eastern region, Western region. Then there's Intercity Executive, which has again Eastern and Western. So Executive is the black and the yellow all the way down. It's not Swallow. And then there's the full yellow, which I never liked. I thought it looked weird. And then there is the Intercity Swallow yellow roof one. This just has the cab surround as yellow as well. Again, I thought that looked really odd. And then with Swallow, there is small cab side numbers. There's Eastern region power cars, Western region power cars. And then there's Swallow revised number positions, Eastern region ATP fitted cross country, Eastern region power cars mid-1990s, ATP fitted power cars mid-1990s, cross country power cars mid-1990s. Then there's Intercity Swallow 43038, which was the... yeah, this was an odd one as well. So it had the yellow up the front of the around the windscreen, but then it had a white roof. Bonky thing. Another one of my favourite liveries is Great Western Trains, which is the Merlin livery. And then, of course, there is a word I can't say because it will mean my video gets demonetised. It's what the British call cigarettes. It is a packet livery. Then there's First Great Western White, which now looking back at it I quite like. First Great Western Teardrop, I don't think I've ever heard it called that. Keep that about notch 3, I think. No. Oh, that whistle is so good. We got back into 5 now anyway, we're not going to reach 95 before that. First Great Western Teardrop, which I never heard that being called that. First Great Western Barbie, and then my one of my personal favourites again is GNER White Logo, original light cluster, revised light cluster. Then there are logos for the GNER ones. That, funny enough, was how I ended up first meeting Klaus, who does not the reskins, was he did a lot of these back in the day for the old pack. So 43039, 43051, which is the Toot Kaboom one. 43099 is the at Wi-Fi one. 43116 and 120, which is London 2012. GNER with buffers. Ex-GNER National Express East Coast. Then there is National Express East Coast in the silver. Virgin Trains Cross Country. What, red and black? Virgin Trains. Unbranded. That's really cool. Grand Central. Then there's the Midland Mainline ones that I really like as well. So original Midland Mainline, one with the original chrome surround light cluster and one with the revised. Midland Mainline Blue, again, original revised. East Midlands Trains, 43089 EM1A of Valenta. Then there was Network Rail with rear luggage van windows, and then one with plated over rear luggage van windows. I think that might have been to do with the Hayabusa thing. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Network Rail 2 NRN, Cotswold Rails in, get in. Always loved that livery on it. Strange one, but loved it. And then the Hornby one's in as well. Cool. Like that. So external variations. There are over 300 different 2D nameplates are featured. Cooler groups. There's a Marston cooler group. There's a GNER modified Marston group. There's the Seric Voith one, and there's the Brush cooler group. I think it's probably the Marston group is probably one I'm most familiar with, I think. So buffers fitted in the late 1980s to 8 power cars, allowing them to rack as DVTs 91s, which is the day when the Mark IV coaches arrived. That gives us the buffered DVT HSTs. They ran with cross country and EMT and Grand Central. So light clusters, there is original black marker tail casing, original grey marker tail casing, original LED marker tail casing, Midland Mainline 3 light, yeah, and then the modern. And there also looks to be painted, yellow painted and chrome variants of those as well. So yeah, sorry, the light clusters around silver or yellow. Why have I just lost power? I'm guessing I've cooked it. Let's remember where we were and then go and find out how we fix this issue. Pretty sure that's what's going to have happened here. Hot water temperature. Due to running at high speeds for extended periods, Class 43s are prone to running rather hot, especially in the summer. The original Marston Seric cooler groups weren't the best at handling hot weather. HWT, hot water trips are fairly common during hot weather, where the traction power is cut as a last resort to prevent the engine cooling from boiling itself dry. If this occurs, general fault light will illuminate in the cab regards to the power notch selected. Do not return, oh I've done that, do not return the power hand off though, as the rear power car will still power you as normal. That's why you read the menu first. We're getting amps as well though. Once the temperature of the coolant is decreased sufficiently on your power car, power automatically returns to the selected position of the power handle. In the early 2000s, the Voith cooler groups were fitted with some First and Western power cars. A little bit later, the Brush cooler groups were fitted to some Midland Mainline, East Midlands Network Rail. These were more effective and looked to deal with high water temperatures with lighter touch interventions, lower temperatures before killing power altogether. Right, this is pretty complicated. I thought this was going to be like a quick explanation here, but it's not. Let's knock it down to notch 4 while we're just climbing up here. If the Voith cooler group detects the water temperature is becoming too high, it will isolate power notch 5. Even if the driver has selected notch 5, then only notch 4 power will be provided in the affected power car. The driver will only know this has occurred by observing a drop in ammeter and the engine note changing. Notch power 5 will only resume once temperatures drop sufficiently. On Valenta engine power cars, the brush cooler group does not derate, the only benefit being as improved cooling efficiency. If derating or a high water temp trip occurs on the rear power car, you will not receive a general fault light and only know about if you sense a decreased sense of rate of acceleration. To achieve this simulation to a realistic level where temperature-related events do not happen too often or too little, we've had to create a most complex coolant temperature simulation to date, which takes into account a number of factors. It's almost impossible to gauge exactly how all of these factors affect coolant performance. We've used our best guess at analysing sound recordings of cooler groups and hearing how they operate under different conditions. You can't do AP out of being detailed, can you? Fan speed, the faster the cooler group spins, the higher cooler performance. Engine load, the higher engine load, the more heat is created. This operates on a delay, so if going from notch 5, example, it will take 60 seconds of full heating to affect this power change to take effect. This takes into account the heating time of the engine components and the time it takes the coolant to be pumped around the system before it reaches the thermostat. Random factors for both fan speed and engine load factor. Random multiplier is calculated separately to simulate varying levels of mechanical condition, where cooler groups are more efficient than others. Ambient temperature, so that's going to be the season. Ambient temperature, time of day. So it's most pronounced in summer when cooling performance is reduced by half at the hottest part of the day between 1 and 5 o'clock. This is when you're most likely to experience engine derating. If it's raining during the summer, it's assumed the temperature is lower than if not. Cooling temperature, with all other factors treated as constant, temperature rises quicker and lower, and slower at higher temperatures. If you think of a boiling kettle, it's a lot quicker to heat from 20 to 30 degrees than it is to 90 to 100, that is true. Please note that sustained running at speeds of 110 or more with at least 7 coaches during an afternoon in the summer when you're most likely to experience any temperature issues. The engine really does have to be working hard for a sustained period of time to heat up to critical level. If so, this is something you rarely experience. This is intentional. You can come off the power a bit now. We are straight through to Peterborough on this run though, so that is nice. To add even more variety, there's a 1 in 50 chance of a power car having a faulty thermostat which keeps the cooler group running all of the time and at its maximum speed and regulation to engine temp. On Voith and Brush cooler groups, this chance changes to 1 in 20. To simulate the fitters using the fan override switch to aid cooling on power cars, particularly prone to high water temperature trip. High water temperature trips. Finally, I thought we just said finally. Finally, there is a 1 in 20 chance of a master cooler group having a faulty thermostat, which when active runs the cooler group at its maximum speed in relation to engine RPM instead of regulating itself to coolant temperature. Seric cooler groups already work in this manner. Yeah, got that. Okay. Let's go notch 4. Notch 3. Right, let's go back to where we were in this manual. I've got a sneaking suspicion we're not going to get all the way through it. So luggage van windows, you've got the original, and then you've got the opening window removed. This one has the opening window removed, but no, this one has the opening window removed as well. Oh. They're definitely in different pictures, aren't they? Ah, with the different cooler groups. Yes, it's got the Seric one. Is this the Seric one? I think so. Rear guard windows, again I'll show you those in a second if this train has them. Once we get through the tunnels, coming up with me. This doesn't have them, they'd be here on the ends, the body ends of the NGSTs. Some have them, some don't. Cameras on the NMT at the front. Cooler Group grills in the 1980s, Eastern Region Powerhouse had a section of their Cooler Group grill removed to provide an easy accessible cooling refilling point. This never became a region-wide modification, but it's remained on the relevant power cars ever since. It's still in there to this day on a lot of them here. Look. I realise I'm pointing this out on my mouse, but you can't see my mouse. I do apologise. What? Have we got dynamic oil leaks? Go away! There's a 1 in 10 chance of a power car having a visible oil leak from the oil breather on the roof. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. Right, Mark 3s, you have trailer first, trailer guard second, trailer restaurant first buffet, trailer restaurant unclassified buffet, trailer restaurant first kitchen, trailer lounge unclassified kitchen, trailer restaurant unclassified kitchen, trailer restaurant first buffet, trailer restaurant first buffet in the 408XX series, trailer restaurant, oh we can do 125 now, trailer restaurant standard buffet, trailer standard in the 42XX, trailer standard disabled in GNR 42XX, trailer standard disabled Great Western 42XX. Right, cab variants, standard, that is what we're in. This is used on all non-Great Western power cars, DRA, TPDS, WS, power car number, driver's seat, leather or cloth, clock, analogue or digital, vigilance, isolation switch, fire, bottom pressure light appear on the era of the livery. So nice, so things like the thing here and that sort of thing wouldn't be there on an older one. Perfect. We've got a cloth seat, but I'm guessing the older one will be like these, the leather old HST ones. Nice. Great Western ATP, Great Western Region Power Cars fitted with automatic train protection, DRA, TPWS and driver seat leather or cloth depending on their livery. Nice, that could be the APT data entry panel on the side as well. So, vigilance device switch is over here. Oh, no, keep that isolated, thank you. And then ATP, this is full ATP again in this, not on this one. Keyboard shortcuts are all there, like we usually have. Physics. So the physics are going to be, I'm guessing, going to be the same or similar to the MTU. Not in drive-wise, but the features they've put in, it will handle differently, don't get me wrong. Great care has been taken to simulate distinctive power and braking characteristics, all to make this train such a challenging drive. Driver will tell you, though, it also makes one of the most rewarding as a result. This section details what is simulated and how this dictates the HST should be driven. So, engine RPMs are all listed. Load timings, when revving up from notch 5, it takes around 20 seconds for full power to be supplied. Due to the lag, it's by no means unusual to be applying power before actually needing to accelerate, especially at speed. When revving down to notches 2, 3 and 4, amps reduced generally broadly in sync with the engine RPM. When moving to notch 1, RPM is reduced much quicker if the driver requires a quick reduction in power, like we do now. We haven't put on the slows. Probably should have tried out my brakes a little bit first, shouldn't I? I've got to lose 60 miles an hour pretty quickly. This could even be red, you know. No? Maybe the points were set up for a Cambridge move there or something. I'll blame the signallers. I'm guessing set the path that 365 before it came through. Yes, notch one. We've seen that. We've seen it do that. Tractive effort. The Class 43 is unusual in being a diesel-electric locomotive with no field diverts, because unlike most locomotives, which has the flexibility to haul a wide variety of loads, Class 43 is designed for a specific job, avoiding 4 or so Mark III coaches in an unusually light load at high speed results. Starting tractive effort at low speed can be reduced. Which means tractive effort reducing a lot slower as speed rises, allowing the HST to reach 125. The reduction of tractive effort reduces the amount of back EMF. So those that are into your DCC model railways will know about back EMF. What field diverts are designed to reduce, which therefore negates the need for field diverts. Also, the fact that the Class 43 is an alternator instead of a generator means a higher voltage can be applied to the traction motors without the risk of flashover, which also helps counter the opposing effect of back EMFs. It's the electromagnetic frequency force, or whatever it is, that the motor creates while it spins itself. So it's like the faster it spins, the more it creates. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it. What does this mean in practice? Whilst Class 43 can feel slow to accelerate at first, tractive effort stays constant with 35 mile an hour. So by the time you reach the speed, you start to feel as though you're making good progress. This unusually high speed does mean the Class 43 are particularly prone to wheel slip, though as adhesion it reduces, speed increases. As a result, don't be fooled into thinking that because you're over 15, 20, you're less likely to get a slip. It's the opposite, with the highest chance being at 35 mile an hour. This also means that you might experience slip at high speeds such as 90 mile an hour. Perfect, like that, so that's like the MTU one. Variable performance, we have the same again as we did in the MTU back, with a random power factor being applied to each power car. Means that 1500 amps would be a strong power car, with 1500 amps on a pull away would be a bad power car, 1800 on a good power car. That's why you have to get the feel for each train you drive in these packs. It's one of the features I absolutely love. Absolutely love the fact that you drive 2 of them and they drive completely differently, or not completely differently, but differently enough that you have to adjust how you do things. And it's a real change in train sim. One engine only operation, traction motor isolation, tapping out notches. The redundancy that having 2 power cars provides has often been used as a get-out-of-jail-free card to keep services running, albeit with reduced performance. The traction physics of both power cars is set and calculated completely independently in this pack, which enables us to provide an option to run with only 1 power car providing traction. Pairs of traction motors can also be isolated, as well as the tapping out of power notches, which in reality prevents power being taken above a certain power notch by simply placing a piece of electrical tape over the contactors on the speed proving relay to stop them energising that notch on the main engine cover. All of these things are done in reality combat faults. All of these features are achieved by adding values in the power car number, which is detailed in the numbering section of this manual. In the case of running with 1 engine only, you can try this out by simply just shutting down one of the power cars. I know what it's like driving with 1 power car on the MTU pack. It was a long old slog. A long old slog. Hot water temperature stuff, we have read. We have done that. Wheel slip protection. Wheel slip response, WSP response at normal. Drop the engine, drop the power, and then come back in. Adhesion, we know about AP's adhesion stuff nowadays, don't we? Brakes and air system. Oh, we're hot again. Right, so I'm keeping it at notch 5. Wait and see if it kicks back in. Whilst the Class 43s are a little slow in applying power, the real skill driving the HST is in the braking. Oh, yes it is. For the HST to be able to run at 125 within constraint of the existing signalling system is required for the brake to apply quickly to ensure the train can suitably reduce its speed. To facilitate this, the brake is applied simultaneously from both ends. It is. So each power car has the ability to do that. We'll have a play with horn factor. From moving the brake handle to bogie pressure being applied, there is only a 1 second delay. They've gone from full release to full service, takes around each 8 seconds full braking force. In contrast to applying the brakes are only released from the leading power car and the result are painfully slow. There's our power back inlet. From moving the brake handle to bogie pressure dropping, there's about a 4 second delay, and if moving from full service to release, there is another 15 or so second delay. Emergency brake, you can go into emergency on an HST, it won't mean you have to come to a complete stand. The only thing I'll do that is if you miss an AWS warning or TPWS. Fair performance in braking as well, 10%. And the compressor. Gradients. This has got new gradient stuff in, so it's lovely. ATP. So again, like the MTU pack, we've got full ATP. Like entering all the data in and stuff. I love that setup. I should really be looking at horn factor while I'm going through here. If we have horn factor. So yeah, ATP is the same as before. NRN, we didn't set our NRN. That literally is us done though. Yeah. I have to press my arrows. Oh, it's a 0, 2, 3. Turn the radio on. Enter the 3-digit zone. Yeah, it's 0, isn't it? General fault light stuff, headlights. Oh right, okay, so day and night or both headlights can be illuminated in the Class 43s of the Valenta era. Over the years though, these largely haven't been used in a traditional manner. We assume this was due to the night headlight simply being seen as the standard headlight and the day was just a backup. So it was quite common to see this happen at the time. So pre-1993, night headlight 1 in 20 chance of day or both to account for Maverick drivers, no limits to time of day. 1993 to 1998, both headlights on ATP fit power cars. On all other power cars, 75% chance of night headlights, 25% chance of day headlights, no link to time of day. Post 1998, all headlights. Power cars fitted with the Midland Mainline 3-light cluster, a mod light cluster, show day, night depending on time of day. Recommend following the guidance on your train if you wish to replicate reality. Dynamic exhausts, yoo-hoo! Clag effect. Oh, we have an exhaust cam, I didn't know this. Oh yeah, we did, we had that with the MTU, didn't we? DVDs in, dead variants are in, cold starts fully in. So recordings were from 41001 at the Grand Central Railway, and audio recordings in the field from when these engines were in service. They've attempted to capture every nuance of the Paxman Valenta 12 RP200L engine. God, there's loads to read through this. I'm not gonna... Oh, guys, what to do with single bank firing. Have a read of this manual, guys. Have a read of this manual. Like that one. We have missed one, so hold fire. Six horns to choose from on there. And then we also have... Oh, God. So we have the soft tone, so it's a high, and then we have soft. Makes me happy. We have traction motor volumes as well. On the whole, the cab sounds do what they do. We're going to have to slow down now. First Great Western power cars have a different sound in driver to guards buzzer. Virgin Trains with the mainline blue Rio power cars have a different sound in AWS warning horn. If driving from a power car with its engine shut down and the rear one supplying ETS, you will still hear the air conditioning sound of the cab, which revs up and down with the engine RPM of the power car. This is because the voltage supplies to the ETS goes from 274 volt when the engine is idling to 415 at notch 5. The air conditioning equipment is directly powered by this. My favourite parts of these, Richard's bits and bobs. Right. Both power cars on AI train rev up, down in sync. Windscreen wipers and AI trains automatically turn on when it's raining. Speedometer needle drifts due to small amount just inaccuracies in speed calculation, not applicable to ATP power cabs. On AI trains during the summer between 0900 and 2030, there is a 1 in 20 chance of both cab doors being open and a 1 in 0 chance the driver's door being open. There's a random delay between the doors closing and the guards giving the right way signal. Master cooler group louvers open when the fan is running. Nice, really nice touch. ADS fault light on the cab desk extinguishes when you move the reverser away from off. Instrument lights illuminate when the reverser is moved away from off. The reverser must be placed in the engine only to start the engine. 1 second delay between passing over the AWS magnet AWS warning sound. Headlight will only provide illumination before sunrise and after sunset. The engine start button will start both power cars in HST formation. The engine stop button will shut down both power cars in HST formation. The fire alarm test button shuts down only the power car you're in. If the engine start-stop indicator light illuminates if either power car or both power cars are shut down. Now we're on to the Mark IIIs. Advanced slam door functionality on coach. The original slam door coach seats is individually scripted and opens and closes at random. This means very rarely will all doors be open at once. And just like in reality, the only exception is the guard's door on the TGS, which remains open the whole time. Simulate the guard being there. Central door locking. In the early 1990s, central door locking was fitted to prevent the doors being able to be opened on the move. Both original LED variants are accompanying body side indicators are all there, so you've got all that. You won't move with the doors open. Coach letters are all done. Table lamps are in. Air suspension valve. Track wine. Flushing toilets. Passenger views. You've got BR Intercity 125. You have Intercity Swallow, Great Western, First Great Western, GNR and National Express East Coast. I can't remember National Express East Coast still having any old interiors, but these packs always surprise me with that sort of thing. Virgin Trains, the 2 liveries in that. Midland Main Line Blue, Midland Main Line Blue Rio, Grand Central with the Route 66 stuff on it. Head out variant. Bits and bobs for the Mark IIIs. Frequency which should turn away air conditioning sounds or activate stays on, dependent on the season. We should probably do this from the quiet comfort of a Mark III. When entering passenger view of the Midland Main Line coach, there's a 1 in 10 chance that within 20 seconds you will hear the classic announcement chime. Oh, nice. Apart from the network rail new measurement train coaches, the data end panels show the correct information as per the coach variant. Then it's got the driving guide, numbering, Scenarios, you have 1 Charlie 53, which is Sheffield St Pancras on Just Trains Midland Main Line. You have 1 Hotel 61, which is St Pancras Manchester Piccadilly on Just Trains Midland Main Line. You have 1 Alpha 12, which is a Western Supermare Paddington. 1 Charlie 78, which is a Paddington Plymouth. A 1 Bravo 11, which is a Peterborough King's Cross. And a 1 Sierra 22, which is King's Cross Edinburgh. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scenarios for those. And they vary from 2 hours, 5 minutes down to 50 minutes. This is actually the shortest one. Credits go to the 125 Group Midland Railway Centre, 125 Heritage, East Midlands Trains, First Great Western in assistance recording sounds, and the wonderful James Ivell for roof vents on the Mark III. Okay, that is a really quick run through the manual. Can I get to driving this now? So motor factor right up. And we're going at 125, 100 mile an hour, so not really going to see much of the clag, but we do see it coming off the back there. Really sort of is the area I would have been seeing. Where are we now? Is this Abbas Ripton? I think this is Abbas Ripton. Oh! There definitely is an improvement in the texturing on the Jenny R stuff from the previous pack. I don't know what it is. Is that banging? I like that. That was really stupid. I was like, why does that seem so fast? It switched into async keys. So we'll do that again. was like, this is feeling really fast. Even though we are coming into Peterborough now. It's like the perspective's gone wrong here. You know me, I'll always leave the bits that I mess up in. Mainly because I'm inept at editing, but no, it goes to show that everybody makes mistakes. Let's get the anchors out. Because we actually need to stop Peterborough. Brakes do take an age to come off as well. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted that view. Because I want to do this. Yes! You can hear the subtle changes with the traction motor whine kicking in underneath. We won't catch the fans moving because it's going to be running hot anyway. Missed AWS. Oh, that's a shame. That means we're going to have to do another Notch 5 departure. Oh. That's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. So shameful. No brake demand light, I will say though. Right, well, I suppose, yeah, Notch 5 to try and make up the time. front end first. I knew it was. Yes, Richard. Like your style. I like your style. Actually, usually most of my screenshots are actually with the loco facing the other way, strangely. But I like that shot. Let's see if that makes the cut. I don't know if it will. The other place I did want to get screenshots from is on this curve with a super elevation. Probably about there, I reckon. Should be good. A little bit more central. I'll get moaned at if I do it from this side, but I think it still looks like a nice shot. The clouds won't like it because it won't be in the on the sunny side. Oh, got a bit of a hang there. Right, take your bets on how rubbish my my stop will be. I better start summing up. Right, okay, what do I think? You've played it for as long as I have. You've seen it for as long as I have. So far, I am completely in love. Do I just want to keep driving this for the rest of the evening? Yes. Am I going to? Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt. There are so many scenarios that I just want to use this on. Some really nice 90s stuff, some really nice early 2000s, especially on the East Coast Main Line. There is a lot I'm going to be driving with this. An awful lot. And I hope you guys really enjoy it too. Highlights for me, of course, are the sounds. Absolutely 100% of the sounds. They are just spot on. The feeling, the depth, the immersion are just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's a masterpiece in itself. The features that are in here to do with the cooling, the traction stuff, the isolating of the traction motors, the physics on the gradients, all of that. It feels a pleasure to drive. It is a absolute mountain above the Kuju one. And that's saying that there still has the Kuju cab in theory. This is just an upgraded Kuju cab. Have I really noticed it throughout it? No, not at all. Have I sat here and gone, oh, it's the nicest cab in the world ever? No. But is it a damn sight better than what we had? Yes. It doesn't mean we've got the back out. Yes. So I am very, 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 very pleased with that. Very, very pleased with that. The features being brought over from the MTU pack again are just exactly what needs to happen. This new standard of AP stock at the minute is fantastic. And I think after the recent releases we've had for Train Sim Classic, I think anybody that wants to say that Train Sim Classic's dead needs to go and take a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror. However way you want to do that's up to you. But it's not true. Pricing. I checked this out, Richard, before I started this time. So, if you do not own the original, do not own the MTU pack, not the original one, if you don't own the MTU pack, I'm guessing it's the latest one. If you don't own that, it's $29.99. For those that do own the MTU pack, it is $24.99. For me, that is an absolute fair price for the amount of extra liveries and interiors and the time and effort that is in this thing. And the sound recording sessions alone must have been... I know Richard, they are a passion for Richard, but he is also running a business. And God, they are superb. So for me, it is an absolutely go out and grab it pack. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is going to be used immensely over the whole bloody country. This thing's driven. So anywhere that they haven't been, they've been most places. They've been most places. So it really is one of those packs that can be used anywhere, and for me, well worth the price. And on that note, thanks ever so much, guys. Please head over to the Facebook group to get up all your latest info about what's going on with ATS and within the rest of the train sim community, really. Hop on over to Twitch to join us on streams at times. And please give this video a like, share, and if you have really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. The thumbs up button's always really, really good as well. And the notify me bell for some reason is really helping, so please do hit that as well if you can for me. That'd be much appreciated. So, yeah, see more of this coming up. Take care, guys. All the best.